Just close your eyes for just a minute. We want to quickly, I want you guys to just think about, put yourself in the place of an individual that is, or that you have seen, that is homeless. Person that does not have a permanent residence. They are either panhandling, or they're seeking some type of help, some type of attention in the way of needing assistance, so that they can have a roof over their head, something to eat, clothes to put on them. And I want you to get a feel of what it would be like if you were in that place. I want you to get a feel of what it would be like if that was you. I want you to get the feeling and the understanding of what it would be like to be in a place where you have to depend on someone for your everyday food, or you have to look to someone. And it doesn't necessarily mean this individual is going to always give to you, but I want you to just put yourself in a place where that dependency is almost humiliating and is degrading to you as a person. Is everybody there?
Yes.
Can you feel that?
Yes.
All right, open your eyes. The reason why we are speaking on this matter of being salt and light, and the reason why I brought in the homeless, as well as I'm going to touch a little bit on mental illness, as well as those that are dealing with substance abuse, is because when you think about it, that could be us. At any given moment, that could really be us. Some people say, you know, a paycheck away, 2 paychecks away, or whatever. But that individual that you visualized could be you. Our position as the actual church is to be considered salt. The Bible speaks to us, or speaks of us as being salt, something that actually preserves, and to be light, something that actually illuminates or brings some type of light or illumination to darkness. So we want to think about for a moment every person that has actually been held captive by these different diseases and these different places in life that can't seem to get themselves away from it. And we want to consider our position in that place. When you think about mental health or mental illness, I have been in the field since 2006 working with some of the same individuals. Either they have been in jail or they're just homeless on the street, but they have suffered some type of depravity or deficit mentally, where they don't have the cognitive ability or the insight to be able to function. So that is what we will use as our definition for, you know, a mental health or mental issue that most of these individuals that are in the world that are cycling and not being able to do for themselves. And so what it is, or what we see is, with most homeless individuals, most of the time the start of their homelessness actually comes from a cycle or a cyclation of mental health or mental breakdowns. And so once they get in this cycle of mental breakdown, what begins to happen is they cycle and they cycle and they cycle and they cycle, and they find themselves, from what a lot of them have told me, in a dark place. And when they're in this dark place of not being able to pull themselves up, that becomes a place where, for them, hopeless, you know, dark, I can't find my way, somebody come and get me. Okay. So, working in the human service field, presently, there are a lot of agencies, governmental agencies, state agencies, that are in line to actually bring aid to these individuals. But here's the problem. You have to meet a certain criteria in order to participate in getting the funds and getting the aid that you might need. So, if I meet a guy or a young lady that has a substance abuse issue, but they may not have a mental health issue, they're still in the dark, but they don't meet the criteria to get the help that they need from the state and the federal governments that are out there. Or I meet an individual that's homeless, but they don't have a mental illness. They still lack something, so they can't get the help that they need for the issue that they are having. So where does that leave them? It's that whole gray area. It's that whole place of, I came to you for help. You're the state, you're the government, you're getting all this, and you can't help me. So where does that leave them? That leaves them in a place where they cannot still get ahead up or get ahead in life. So that brings us to us, the church. I'm not saying that we have to do everything, but we have a position in the world to be the light and the salt. When you have all of these individuals with these psychological issues and all these individuals that are homeless, all these substance abuse issues, people that have a lack of control when it comes to consuming certain substances and things of that nature that's really throwing their life out of loop, they need something that is greater than what the state and the federal government can give to them. And so our position, according to the Word, the scripture in Matthew 5:13 speaks to us, and I'm just paraphrasing it, that we are the salt of the earth. And then it goes on to say, ye are also the light of the world. The city that sits on the hill can't be hid. Nobody has a light and they tuck it away so nobody can see it. If you are the light, somebody needs to see. Somebody needs to be able to look and say, you know what, I couldn't go to such and such agency to get the aid that I needed, but I saw this gentleman right here, and he was able to help me out, point me in the way. Our position as the church moves from just being called a child of God or a Christian or a born-again believer. It moves into this phase of action. So, just a thought. You take salt, you want to preserve some type of meat, or you want to clean some type of sore wound or something like that, you have to shake the salt. You have to put it in the place where the wound or where the meat is in order for it to do what it was called to do. If you are out and it's a blackout, and you have a flashlight, I don't care how much you have it, if you don't turn it on to find your way, you're still about nothing. So if we are willing to step in a place where we are salt and light, we can begin to impact the world, do what is necessary so that the individuals that are homeless, the individuals that suffer with mental illness, and those that suffer under the bondage of substance abuse can get what they need. And just a statistic, we did a point-in-time survey just recently in Carroll County. And this is just a thought in our closing. 174 individuals in Carroll County alone, Westminster, Hampstead, and all those places were found homeless. That's adults, educated, most of them, degrees, master degrees, doctorate, and all that good stuff. We had 50 unattended youth whose parents could no longer take care of them, that were homeless, and they needed some type of attention or some type of aid. So again, if we were the salt and the light, or to be the salt and the light in that position, and to be able to fit and put those puzzles together, would actually bring about some type of different hope for the individuals that we have in our community that are a part of our population and a part of mankind. Thank you guys.